beneath the golden glow of an upscale restaurant. A billionaire's furious outburst cut through the chatter, freezing every clink of glass. No one expected that a single measured line from a waitress would bring the entire room to silence. It was a damp Wednesday evening when Lena began her shift at the Gilded Plate, a place where the price of a single entree could eclipse her monthly rent, and customers demanded flawless service with their caviar. At 25, Lena had weathered more than her share of arrogant patrons, but nothing could prepare her for Victor Crane. His name carried weight in boardrooms and elite social circles alike. He entered with presence alone, his stride and aura commanding attention before he even spoke. Crane, the billionaire tech magnate, was infamous not just for his empire, but for humiliating rivals and ridiculing staff for sport. That evening, Lena was assigned to his table. At first, the service unfolded without issue. She brought drinks, remembered his preference for water without ice, and served his order with precision. But when she placed a seared duck in front of him, the atmosphere shifted. "This isn't rare," he bellowed, shoving the plate so forcefully the wine nearly toppled. "My apologies, sir," Lena replied evenly, reaching to correct the dish. But Crane pressed on, his voice thunderous. "You call this acceptable? I spend millions here, not to be served slop by someone like you." The restaurant froze. Conversation stopped. Whispers flickered like sparks. Dozens of eyes turned toward their table. Heat rose to Lena's cheeks, but her stare didn't falter. She drew a steady breath and spoke, her voice calm yet cutting through the air. "Respect costs nothing, Mr. Crane, whether you're eating duck or a dollar meal." The room went utterly still. Silverware rested midair. Even the soft jazz seemed to fade. For a moment, Crane looked caught off guard. Without another word, Lena lifted the plate with composed grace and carried it back to the kitchen, unaware that her words had pierced something long buried in the billionaire. Inside, she set the dish down, her hands trembling slightly. The sous chef stared at her, stunned. Lena gave a firm nod, collected, determined not to let the moment unravel her. She wanted no drama, just to finish her shift. At Crane's table, the powerful mogul sat strangely quiet. His entourage averted their eyes, unsure how to respond to a man known for domination, now subdued and thoughtful. His fingers brushed the edge of the table, his mind drifting decades back, before private jets and penthouses. He remembered being Vic, an unknown coder once mocked by a polished executive after spilling coffee late one night. That sting of humiliation had fueled his rise, a promise to himself never to feel small again. Yet here he sat, realizing he had become the very cruelty he once despised. 20 minutes later, Lena returned with a new plate. "Rare as requested," she said, her voice professional, free of resentment. Crane met her eyes and paused. "Thank you," he murmured, the words carrying an unexpected weight. For the rest of the night, his voice never rose again. He watched Lena as she moved gracefully from table to table, her worn sneakers and frayed apron betraying her modest struggles. Still, her quiet compassion shone through, slipping extra bread to a busboy, checking kindly on a tired couple. And for once, Victor Crane stayed silent.